In lane 3, Bart of Stingray. In lane 4, Dolan of Swim O. In lane 5, Cannon of Swim O. In lane 6, Dean of Sioux Center. In lane 7, Kramer of Ace. In lane 1, Wagner of Swim O. In lane 2, Lindbergh of Greater Omaha. In lane 3, Leach of Swim O. In lane 4, Miner of Swim O. In lane 5, Rubel of Swim O. In lane 6, Sievers of Greater Omaha. In lane 7, Jackson of Greater Omaha. In lane 8, Rowan of Club Husker. In lane 9, Todd of Millard Aquatic Club. In lane 10, Ladley of Siouxland. In lane one, Calderon of Sarpy County. In lane two, Respin of Mac. In lane three, Freeman of Siouxland. In lane four, Frederick of LSS. In lane five, French of Swimo. In lane six, Bain of Greater Omaha. In lane seven, Fan of Greater Omaha. In lane eight, McGregor of Case. In lane nine, Monroe of Fort Husker. In lane 10, Griner of the base. In lane one, Danker of Swimo. In lane two, Holgren of Ace. In lane three, Klappenbach of Club Husker. In lane four, Enenbach of Greater Omaha. In lane five, Inman of Swimo. In lane six, Nowitzki of Grand Island. In lane seven, Colt of Greater Omaha. In lane eight, Heidemann of Greater Omaha. In lane nine, Thorin of Ace. And in lane 10, Sabata of Ace. Lane 5, Arndorfer of Greater Omaha. In lane 6, Aarons of Sarpy County. In lane 7, Goebel of BT. In lane 8, Leaper of Swim O. The very bottom, it's got a little try. Do that. Mr. Magic. 8-2. In lane 2, Borchers of Hastings. In lane 3, Walling of Ace. In lane 4, Cadwell of Stingray. In lane 5, Holtgren of Greater Omaha. In lane 6, Lee of Mac. In lane 7, Reese of Sarpy County. In lane 8, Colombo of Greater Omaha. In lane 2, Rosenbaugh of Heartland Aquatics. In lane 3, Kaiser of Mac. In lane 4, Vermeer of Greater Omaha. In lane 5, Hope of Siouxland. In lane 6, Olson of Swim O. In lane 7, Smith of BT. In lane 8, Vargas of Nebraska Aquatics. In lane 9, Stuckey of Greater Omaha. And over 200-yard individual medley, Heat 1. In lane 4, Rogers of Swim O. In lane 5, Briannick of Siouxland. In lane 6, Hermesh of Grand Island. In lane one, Nixon of GNST. In lane two, Neal of Lincoln Select. In lane three, Long of Ace. In lane four, Nelson of BT. In lane five, Rutherford of Swim O. In lane six, Ornelas of Swim O. In lane seven, Beatty of Greater Omaha. In lane eight, Bellick of Greater Omaha. In lane nine, Fonda of Swim O. In lane 10, Martin of GNST. Three, this time is getting higher. Okay. Two, period. Set 5 minutes. Say, hit 9, Shan 11. In lane one, Villegas of Nebraska Aquatics. In lane two, Beaver of Greater Omaha. In lane three, Van Bell of Greater Omaha. In lane four, Carter of Lincoln Select. In lane five, Peyton of Swim O. In lane six, Harris of Ace. In lane seven, Ten Napel of Sioux Center. In lane eight, Sequel of Lincoln Select. In lane nine, Barry of Ace. In lane 10, Shield of Beatrice. 8-4. It's a tough one, but I got in lane one, Enenbach of Greater Omaha. In lane two, Mahoney of Siouxland. In lane three, Rogers of Swim O. In lane four, Kratky of Swim O. In lane five, Storms of Mac. In lane six, Collins in Council Bluffs. In lane seven, Svoboda of Greater Omaha. In lane eight, Brophy of Mac. In lane nine, Vandevecht of Sioux Center. In lane 10, Cathal of Ace. Vargas of Nebraska Aquatics, Leaper of Swimo, Sucky of Greater Omaha, Walling of Ace, Kaiser of Millard Aquatic Club, Smith of BT, Shuley of Ace. The finalists are Cadwell of Stingray, Vermeer of Greater Omaha, Lee of Mac, Aarons of Sarpy County, Orson of Shimo, Corcoran of Greater Omaha, Arndorfer of Greater Omaha, and the top qualifier is Hope of Siouxland. 7, you have 30 minutes to scratch from this event or declare your intention to scratch from this. Eight, 5. In lane 1, Lucas of Lincoln Selects. In lane 2, Martin of GNST. In lane 3, Wilson of Grand Island. In lane 4, Hadford of Greater Omaha. In lane 5, Ferguson of Ace. In lane 6, Olkey of Siouxland. In lane 7, Wilson of Grand Island. In lane 8, Holmes of Sarpy County. In lane 9, Matcha of Aquatic Club Elkhorn. In lane 10, Frazier of Ace. over 200-yard individual medley, heat one. In lane two, Cruz of Siouxland. In lane three, Johnson of Nebraska Aquatics. In lane four, Judalina of Greater Omaha. In lane five, Brakefield of Nebraska Aquatics. In lane six, Valentine of Siouxland. In lane seven, Poole of Greater Omaha. In lane eight, Cope of Council Bluffs. In lane nine, Sorensen of Heartland Aquatics. Six and 74. Let's see. In lane one, Zhang of Greater Omaha. In lane two, Gunn of Lincoln Select. In lane three, Newton of Greater Omaha. In lane four, St. Cyr of BT. In lane five, Pratty of Swimo. In lane six, Kessler of Fremont. In lane seven, Matolka of Council Bluffs. In lane eight, Schneider of Greater Omaha. In lane nine, Breeden of Lincoln Select. In lane 10, Weiss of Mac. In lane one, Borner of swim O. In lane two, Richardson of swim O. In lane three, Eaton of Mac. In lane four, Patty of Siouxland. In lane five, Raelita of Greater Omaha. In lane six, Inman of swim O. In lane seven, Zadina of Mac. In lane eight, Woodrich of Lincoln Select. In lane nine, Dean of Sioux Center. In lane 10, Mahmood of Lincoln Select. Heat four. In lane one, Bender of swim O. In lane two, Bartlett of swim O. In lane three, Martinez of BT. In lane four, Steiner of BT. In lane five, Collier of Greater Omaha. In lane six, Cobb of Lincoln Select. In lane seven, O'Hanlon of Greater Omaha. In lane eight, Hart of Heartland. In lane nine, Fitch of Greater Omaha. In lane 10, Bradenberg of BT. These are the preliminary results for event 51, girls 15 and over 200-yard individual medley. The second alternate is Enenbach of Greater Omaha. Okay. First alternate is Zonda of Swimo. The consolation finalists are Carter of Lincoln Selects, Wilson of Grand Island, Wilson of Grand Island, Promis of Sarpy County, Rogers of Swimo, Collins of Council Bluffs, Van Bell of Greater Omaha, Ferguson of Ace. Olkey of Siouxland, Sabota of Greater Omaha, Storms of Mac, Harris of Ace, and Hadford of Greater Omaha. And the top qualifier is Peyton of Swimo. It is now 9 o'clock. You have 30 minutes to scratch from this event or declare your intention to scratch from this event. Thirteen to 14, 50-yard freestyle, heat one. In lane 4, Weiss of Mac. In lane 5, Graffelman of BT. In lane 6, Gutierrez of Greater Omaha. Heat 2. In lane 2, Herzberg of Clubhusker. In lane 3, Shannon of Slim O. In lane 4, Jean of Shoe Center. In lane 5, Stop of Lincoln Select. In lane 6, Hicks of Mac. In lane 7, Richardson of Slim O. In lane 8, Owens of GNST. In lane 9, Olympic of Lifetime. In lane 1, Calderon of Sarpy County. In lane 2, Zimmerman of Ace. In lane 3, Kramer of Ace. In lane 4, Wallace of BT. In lane 5, Ripper of Ace. In lane 6, Gibbons and Slim O. In lane 7, Oltman of Lincoln Select. In lane 8, Johnson of GNST. In lane 9, Sykes of Sarpy County. In lane 10, Heinrich of Lincoln Select. 4. In lane 1, Fredrickson of Slim O. In lane 2, Bassett of Hartling. In lane 3, Bain of Greater Omaha. In lane 4, Malone of Stingray. In lane 5, Dolan of Slim O. In lane 6, Thompson of Lincoln Select. In lane 7, Sabata of Ace. In lane 8, Faustin of Hartling. In lane 9, Stockman of BT. In lane 10, Rustwick of Siouxland. Heat 5. In lane 1, Griner of Ace. In lane 2, Konecki of Slimo. In lane 3, Tolman of Heartland. In lane 4, Thorin of Ace. In lane 5, Kirk of Greater Omaha. In lane 6, Martin of GNST. In lane 7, Monroe of Club Husker. In lane 8, Ladwig of Siouxland. In lane 9, James of Lincoln Select. In lane 10, Lindbergh of Greater Omaha. Heat 6. In lane 1, Zhang of BT. In lane 2, Respich of MAC. In lane 3, Fan of Greater Omaha. In lane 4, Wishop of Heartland. In lane 5, Hammett of Greater Omaha. In lane 6, Wagner of Silmode. In lane 7, Wissig of Greater Omaha. In lane 8, Head of Norfolk. In lane 9, Standish of Lincoln Select. In lane 10, Larson of MAC. Heat 7. In lane 1, Niederklein of Lincoln Select. In lane 2, Lewis of Heartland. In lane 3, Enenbach of Greater Omaha. In lane 4, McGregor of Ace. In lane 5, Agora of Sumo. In lane 6, Laws of Siouxland. In lane 7, Moss of Greater Omaha. In lane 8, Mart of Stingray. In lane 9, Heidemann of Greater Omaha. In lane 10, Olberdinger of Norfolk. Heat 8. In lane one, Wimmel Enberg of Heartland Aquatics. In lane two, Miner of Swim O. In lane three, Johnson of Swim O. In lane four, Barbstadt of Norfolk. In lane five, Inman of Swim O. In lane six, Jane Nowitzki of Grand Island. In lane seven, Bandit of Great GNST. In lane eight, Foster of Club Hester. In lane nine, Holgren of Ace. In lane 10, Coat of Greater Omaha. Event 54, boys 13 to 14, 50-yard freestyle. Heat one. In lane three, O'Toole of Swim O. In lane four, Jones of Greater Omaha. In lane five, Boda of Greater Omaha. In lane six, Hoshaw of Hastings. In lane seven, Edwards of Greater Omaha. In lane eight, Tinapel of Sioux Center. Heat two. In lane one, Kozak of Mac. In lane two, Brown of Greater Omaha. In lane three, Vargas of Nebraska Aquatics. In lane four, Heaton of Mac. In lane five, Orchards of Hastings. In lane six, Donnell of Heartland. In lane seven, McCain of Greater Omaha. In lane eight, Curry of Sarpy County. In lane nine, Pugin of Great GNST. In lane 10, Green of Mac. Heat three. In lane one, Galami of BT. In lane two, Hanson of GNST. In lane three, Jacobson of Greater Omaha. In lane four, Schooley of Ace. In lane five, Olson of Slimo. In lane six, Reese of Sarpy County. In lane seven, Parker of Norfolk. In lane eight, Kinnison of Greater Omaha. In lane nine, Wang of Greater Omaha. In lane 10, Mendez of Sarpy County. Heat four. In lane one, Ross of Lincoln Select. In lane two, Kaiser of Mac. In lane three, Jones of Swimo. In lane four, Leeper of Swimo. In lane five, Ryan of Swimo. In lane six, Decker, Swimo. In lane seven, Galen of Norfolk. In lane eight, Arnberger of Greater Omaha. In lane nine, French of Swimo. In lane 10, Walling of Ace. Heat five. In lane one, Smith of BT. In lane two, Colombo of Greater Omaha. In lane three, Stuckey of Greater Omaha. In lane four, Barner of Swimo. In lane five, Beck of Fremont. In lane six, Novotny of Beatrice. In lane seven, Luthra of Greater Omaha. In lane eight, Johansson of Swimo. In lane nine, Henrik of Siouxland. In lane 10, Rinaldi of Mac. There's a blue Toyota, gray Yukon, and Subaru Solterra parked illegally. Blue Toyota license plate ALI 359, gray Yukon AKP 949, and the Subaru Solterra MUSHU. These are parked illegally. Please move your cars or you will be towed. Event 55, girls 15 and over, 50-yard freestyle. Heat one. In lane two, Weinkoff of Siouxland. In lane three, Dent of Greater Omaha. In lane four, Frazier of Ace. In lane five, Palavic of Ace. In lane six, Long of Ace. In lane seven, Beatty of Greater Omaha. In lane eight, Lee of Club Husker. In lane 9, Batista of Ace. No. Heat 2. In lane 1, Lockheed of Greater Omaha. In lane 2, Rogers of Swim O. In lane 3, Hanson of Sarpy County. In lane 4, Barry of Ace. In lane 5, Oberl of Greater Omaha. In lane 6, Jen Wildenberg of Heartland. In lane 7, Brophy of Mac. In lane 8, Neal of Lincoln Select. In lane 9, McCaw of Council Bluffs. In lane 10, Villegas of Nebraska Aquatics. Heat 3. In lane 1, Crawford of Lincoln Select. Lane 2, Bigelow of Sarpy County. Lane 3, Nixon of GNST. In lane 4, Nielsen of Heartland. In lane 5, Jacobson of Swimo. In lane 6, Mata of Ace. In lane 7, Martin of GNST. In lane 8, Everett of Swimo. In lane 9, Davis of Ace. In lane 10, Baranek of Siouxlane. Heat 4. In lane 1, Martin of GNST. In lane 2, Severs of Sarpy County. Lane 3, Rutherford of Slimo. Lane 4, Shield of Beatrice. Lane 5, Vandervecht of Sioux Center. In lane 6, Harris of Ace. In lane 7, Ramsey of Greater Omaha. In lane 8, Permech of Grand Island. In lane 9, Carter of Lincoln Select. In lane 10, Nelson of BT. Heat 5. In lane 1, Seipel of Lincoln Select. In lane 2, Ferreira Bianski of Sarpy County. In lane 3, Promus of Sarpy County. In lane 4, Vulture of Greater Omaha. In lane 5, Volcom of Greater Omaha. In lane 6, Tuskapel of Greater Omaha. In lane 7, Dietrich of Fremo. In lane 8, Beck of Fremont. In lane 9, Rasmussen of Fremont. In lane 10, Mahoney of Siouxland. Heat 6. In lane 1, Storms of Mac. In lane 2, Johansson of Fimo. In lane 3, Henderson of Greater Omaha. In lane 4, Bustum of Fremont. In lane 5, Glantz of Greater Omaha. In lane 6, Petit of Siouxland. In lane 7, Novinsky of Grand Island. In lane 8, Wilson of Grand Island. Lane 9, Peter of Greater Omaha. In lane 10, Rogers of Swimon. Heat 7. In lane 1, Schmeiding of Greater Omaha. In lane 2, Harris of Ace. In lane 3, Nordiker of Ace. In lane 4, Gerard of Greater Omaha. In lane 5, Fish of Grand Island. In lane 6, Joyce of Greater Omaha. In lane 7, Hagan of Greater Omaha. In lane 8, Collins of Council Bluffs. In lane 9, Bender of Sumo. In lane 10, Fonda of Sumo. Heat 8. In lane 1, Hughes of Swimo. In lane 2, Gimmer of Swimo. In lane 3, Wilson of Grand Island. In lane 4, Peyton of Swimo. In lane 5, Sabota of Greater Omaha. In lane 6, Wishop of Portland. In lane 7, Buck of Fremont. In lane 8, Meyer of Fremont. In lane 9, Crafty of Swimo. And in lane 10, Karbuskowski of Greater England. Event 56, boys 15 and over, 50-yard freestyle, heat 1. In lane 3, Yodelina of Greater Omaha. In lane 4, Conrad of GNST. In lane 5, Glassman of Sarpy County. In lane 6, Holst of Sioux Center. Lane 7, Lauer of Lincoln Selects. These are the preliminary results for event 52, boys 15 and over, 200-yard individual medley. Second alternate, Valentine of Siouxland. First alternate, Gunn of Lincoln Select. Consolation finalists, St. Cyr of BT, Eaton of Mac, Coke of Council Bluffs, O'Hanlon of Greater Omaha, Zabina of Mac, Steiner of BT, Schneider of Greater Omaha, Newton of Greater Omaha, and the finalists, Gorner of Sumo, Collier of Greater Omaha, Hesslar of Fremont, Crafty of Sumo, Frolita of Greater Omaha, Inman of Sumo, Petit of Siouxland, and your top qualifier, Kolb of Lincoln Select. Event 56, boys, or is it P2? In lane 1, Cruz of Siouxland. In lane 2, Evans of Greater Omaha. In lane 3, Brady of Lincoln Select. In lane 4, Johnson of Nebraska Aquatics. In lane 5, Ronnie of Swimo. In lane 6, Harris of Heartland. In lane 7, Sambula of Monzova of Grand Island. In lane 8, Brandenburg of BT. In lane 9, Sorensen of Heartland. In lane 10, Halavic of Ace. Heat 3. In lane 1, Nicola of Greater Omaha. In lane 2, Anderson of Greater Omaha. Lane 3, Strunk of Sumo. In lane 4, Weiss of Mac. In lane 5, Schneider of Greater Omaha. In lane 6, Frederick of Heartland. In lane 7, Richardson of Sumo. In lane 8, Barrett of Norfolk. In lane 9, Jepson of Sumo. Lane 10, Lewis of Heartland. Heat 4. In lane 1, Bender of Swimo. In lane 2, Mahmood of Lincoln Select. In lane 3, Kessler of Fremont. In lane 4, Palmer of Greater Omaha. In lane 5, Leaper of Swimo. In lane 6, St. Cyr of BT. In lane 7, Martinez of BT. In lane 8, Unlow of Nebraska Aquatics. Lane 9, Freepack of Portland. In lane 10, Murphy of Council Bluff. Heat 5. In lane 1, Hessebaum, LSS. In lane 2, Lee of Sarpy Counties. Lane 3, Newton of Greater Omaha. Lane 4, Slurchek of Ace. Lane 5, Dean of Sioux Center. Lane 6, Holgren of Ace. Lane 7, Dawes of Greater Omaha. Lane 8, Ryerson of Lincoln Select. Lane 9, Cartwright of Greater Omaha. Lane 10, Moon of Nebraska Aquatic. Heat 6. In lane 1, Hanson of Fremont. In lane 2, Jackson of Greater Omaha. In lane 3, Lewis, Greater Omaha. Lane 4, Hiley of BT. Lane 5, Johansson of Swin. Lane 6, Visser of Mac. In lane 7, Supram of Greater Omaha. In lane 8, Perk of Council Bluffs. In lane 9, Flick of Sarpy County. Lane 10, Gupta of Greater Omaha. Heat 7. In lane 1, Iverson of Siouxland. In lane 2, Cruz of Greater Omaha. In lane 3, Robinson of Mac. Lane 4, Carter of Lincoln Select. In lane 5, McCaslin of Heartland. In lane 6, Hosting of Lincoln Select. Lane 7, Ellers of Slim-O. In lane 8, Boniface of GNST. In lane 9, Matulka of Council Bluffs. In lane 10, Jones of Greater Omaha. Heat 8. In lane 1, Irvin of Heartland. In lane 2, Curran of Slim-O. In lane 3, Heaton of Matt. In lane 4, Beaver of Greater Omaha. In lane 5, Menlick of Greater Omaha. Lane 6, Zadina of Mac. Lane 7, Courtney of Greater Omaha. In lane 8, Frederick of Lincoln Select. Lane 9, Tom of Ace. Lane 10, Frederick of Lincoln Select. Event 57, girls 13 to 14, 200-yard butterfly, heat 1. In lane 1, Calderon of Sarpy County. In lane 2, Foster of Club Hustler. Lane 3, Lewis of Heartland Aquatics. Lane 4, Barstadt of Norfolk. Lane 5, Orberding of Norfolk. In lane 6, Gentry of Slim-O. Lane 7, Frederick of Lincoln Select. In lane 8, Fan of Greater Omaha. In lane 9, Gibbons of Slim-O. These are the preliminary results for event 53, girls to 13 to 14, 50-yard freestyle. The second alternate is Mark of Stingray. The first alternate is Hope of Greater Omaha. The consolation qualifiers are Lewis of Hartman, Wishoff of Hartman, Holbrin of Ace, Bargstadt of Norfolk, Johnson of Slim-O, Foster of Club Husker, Laws of Siouxland, and Wagner of Slim-O. Are Moss of Greater Omaha, Vindich of Greater GNST, Wissink of Greater Omaha, Hammond of Greater Omaha, McGregor of Ace, Novinsky of Grand Island, McGuire of Slim-O, and Inman of Slim-O. Event 58, boys 13 to 14, 200-yard butterfly, heat 1.
Okay. See
In lane 3, Werner of Greater Omaha. In lane 4, Olson of Greater Omaha. In lane 5, Kahn of Slim-O. Lane 6, Jacobson of Greater Omaha. In lane 7, Cadwell of Stingray. Lane 8, Aarons of Sarpy County.
these two close, no changes. And then they come back to me.
What is that?
You don't have to read them again, just say events 50, whatever, close, no change. All right, so you have to read it
13 to 14 200 yard individual medley is closed. There are no changes. Event 49, girls 13 to 14 200 yard individual medley is also closed and no changes there as well.
We don't know that yet. Oh,
Event 59, girls 15 and over 200 yard butterfly, heat one.
right. So
He just didn't want to announce.
right. Did you announce this already? Okay. You can just say possible swim off for 16th place. And I'm going to go talk to the coaches about that.
In lane 1, Bigelow of Sarpy County. In lane 2, Lucas of Lincoln Select. In lane 3, Wilmenberg of Heartland. Lane 4, Walsh of Siouxland. In lane 5, Schmeiding of Greater Omaha. In lane 6, Volke of Siouxland. In lane 7, Harris of Ace. Lane 8, Enenbach of Greater Omaha. In lane 9, Barrera Bryansky of Sarpy County. So there's freestyle. Second alternate, Parker of Norfolk. There's a potential swim off for the first alternate between Kinnison of Greater Omaha and Johansson of Swim O. The consolation finalists are Arndorfer of Greater Omaha, Reese of Sarpy County, Warner of Swim O, Leeper of Swim O, Lufra of Goal, Heiser of Mac, Olson of Swim O, Stuckey of Greater Omaha, Shuley of Ace, Jones of Swim O. Sorry, we're going to start that over. The finalists are Stuckey of Greater Omaha, Shuley of Ace, Jones of Swim O, O'Toole of Swim O, Novotny of Beatrice, Ryan of Swim O, Decker of Swim O, and your top qualifier is Beck of Fremont. The time is 9:30. You have 30 minutes to scratch for this event. I'm doing okay. Butterfly Heat 1. In lane 2, Breeden of Lincoln Select. In lane 3, Basnax of Swim O. In lane 4, Weber of Swim O. In lane 5, Frierson of Lincoln Selects. Lane 6, Inman of Swim O. In lane 7, Alexander of Lincoln Selects. Lane 8, Patrick of Swim O. Heat 2. In lane 2, Gunn of Lincoln Selects. In lane 3, Dean of Sioux Center. In lane 4, Reeser of Greater Omaha. In lane 5, Niemeyer of Greater Omaha. In lane 6, Petit of Siouxland. In lane 7, Steiner of BT. In lane 8, Brady of Lincoln Selects. In lane 9, Parks of Hartman. And then 61, girls 13 to 14, 100-yard backstroke, heat 1. In lane 1, Wishoff of Heartland. In lane 2, Rustwick of Siouxland. In lane 3, Konecki of Swimo. In lane 4, Rowan of Club Husker. In lane 5, Moss of Goal. In lane 6, Lewis of Heartland. In lane 7, Freeman of Siouxland. In lane 8, McGregor of Ace. In lane 9, Ladwig of Siouxland. These are the preliminary results for event 55, girls 15 and over 50-yard freestyle. Second alternate, Dietrich of Swimo. First alternate, Volker of Greater Omaha. Consolation finalists are Kratke of Swimo, Meyer of Fremont, Harris of Ace, Buck of Fremont, Busboom of Fremont, Nordiker of Ace, Gerard of Goal. There is a potential swim-off for a finalist position between Doyce of Goal and Wishoff of Heartland. The finalists for this event are Fish of Grand Island, Novinsky of Grand Island, Grant of Greater Omaha, Sabota of Greater Omaha, Petit of Siouxland, Pagan of Greater Omaha, and Peyton of Swimo. The time is 9:37. You have 30 minutes to scratch in this event. In lane 1, Bain of Goal. In lane 2, Wissig of Goal. In lane 3, Johnson of Swimo. In lane 4, Bendit of GNST. In lane 5, Agora of Swimo. In lane 6, Gentry of Swimo. In lane 7, Frederick of Lincoln Select. In lane 8, Klappenbach of Club Husker. In lane 9, Standish, Lincoln Select. In lane 10, Alamang of Sarpy County. In lane 1, Brespich of Mac. In lane 2, Laws of Siouxland. In lane 3, Rubel of Swimo. In lane 4, Bartstop of Norfolk. In lane 5, Inman of Swimo. In lane 6, Novinsky of Grand Island. In lane 7, Thorin of Ace. In lane 8, Wagner of Swimo. In lane 9, Monroe of Club Husker. In lane 10, Shirk of Goal. Backstroke Heat 1. In lane 1, Ross of Lincoln Select. In lane 2, Brown of Goal. In lane 3, Parker of Norfolk. In lane 4, Olson of Goal. In lane 5, Beck of Fremont. In lane 6, O'Toole of Swimo. In lane 7, Shuley of Ace. In lane 8, Walling of Ace. In lane 9, Wang of Goal. In lane 1, Hoshaw of Hastings. In lane 2, Galian of Norfolk. In lane 3, Johansson of Swimo. In lane 4, Decker of Swimo. In lane 5, Hope of Siouxland. In lane 6, Holtgren of Greater Omaha. In lane 7, Vermeer of Greater Omaha. In lane 8, Leaper of Swimo. Lane 9, Olson of Swimo. Lane 10, Thoda of Goal. Event 63, girls 15 and over, 100-yard backstroke, heat 1. In lane 4, Lee of Pulpuster. In lane 5, Long of Ace. In lane 6, Nixon and GNST. Swim-O, and another potential swim-off for a consolation between Searcheck of Ace and Castlebaum of Lincoln Select. The consolation finalists are Pope, Council Bluffs, Dean, Center, Visser of Mac, Newton of Goal, Ellers of Swim-O, Carter of Lincoln Select, and Lewis of Goal. The finalists are Hosing of Lincoln Select, Jackson of Greater Omaha, Heaton of Millard, Zadina of Mac, Mendelik of Goal, Hiley of BT, Lukasic of Heartland, and your top qualifiers, Johansson of Swindler. The time is 9:45. You have 30 minutes to scratch from this event. Heat 2. In lane 1, Bender of Swim-O. In lane 2, Hanson of Sarpy County. In lane 3, Lucas of Lincoln Select. In lane 4, Rutherford of Swim-O. In lane 5, Vulture of Goal. In lane 6, Hughes of Swimo. In lane 7, Batista of Ace. In lane 8, Nordiker of Ace. In lane 9, Brophy of Mac. Your finalists: Fan of Goal, Foster of Club Husker, Barkstadt of Norfolk, Lewis of Heartland, Frederick of Lincoln Select, Gibbons of Swimo, Gentry of Swimo, and your top qualifier, Overding of Norfolk. The time is 9:47. You have 30 minutes to scratch for this inning. Heat 3. In lane 1, Meyer of Fremont. In lane 2, Harris of Ace. In lane 3, Crafty of Swimo. In lane 4, Busboom of Fremont. In lane 5, Gemmer of Swimo. In lane 6, Kanofsky of Goal. In lane 7, Wilson of Grand Island. In lane 8, Hermesh of Grand Island. In lane 9, Nelson of BT. In lane 10, Shield of Beatrice. Boys 13 to 14, 200-yard butterfly. Your finalists: Werner of Bull, Aarons of Sarpy County, Cadwell of Stingray, Jacobson of Bull, and your top qualifier, Khan of Sumo. The time is 9:48. You have 30 minutes to scratch. Heat 4. In lane 1, Ken Nefel of Sioux Center. In lane 2, Bell of Bull. In lane 3, Johansson of Swimo. In lane 4, Mahoney of Siouxland. In lane 5, Ferguson of Ace. In lane 6, Peyton of Swimo. In lane 7, Petit of Siouxland. In lane 8, Nielsen of Heartland. Lane 9, Hercom of Bull. In lane 10, Promis of Sarpy County. In lane 1, Jacobson of Swimo. In lane 2, Peter of Goal. In lane 3, Henderson of Goal. In lane 4, Hagen of Goal. In lane 5, Wishop of Heartland. In lane 6, Cadford of Goal. In lane 7, Grant of Goal. In lane 8, Fonda of Swimo. In lane 9, Postafel of Goal. In lane 10, Rasmussen of Fremont. For event 59, girls 15 and over, 200-yard butterfly. Your consolation finalist is Guerrero Bianski of Sarpy County. Your finalists are Bigelow of Sarpy County, Lucas of Lincoln Select, Benenbach of Dole, Walsh of Siouxland, Vanden Wellenberg of Heartland, Harris of Ace, Volpe of Siouxland, and your top qualifier is Schmeiding of Goal. The time is 9:51. You have 30 minutes to scratch in this event. For 100-yard backstroke, heat one. In lane one, Curran of Swim-O. In lane three, Lewis of Heartland. In lane four, Iverson of Siouxland. In lane five, Dean of Sioux Center. Lane six, Alexander of Lincoln Select. In lane seven, Wakefield of Nebraska Aquatics. In lane eight, Gupta of Greater Omaha. In lane nine, Giuliano of Greater Omaha. Heat two.
Are you plugged in or are you trying to do it? It's not something I want you to worry about. It's just, oh, sorry. Chris is going down to the table.
In lane one, Wang of Mac. In lane two, Hosing of Lincoln Select. In lane three, Barrett of Norfolk. In lane four, Unlow of Nebraska Aquatics. In lane five, Casabom of Lincoln Select. In lane six, Bieber of Goal. In lane seven, Lewis of Goal. In lane eight, Kessler of Fremont. In lane nine, Bender of Swim-O. In lane 10, Evans of Goal.
Sorry about that. They just put this in here.
Heat three. In lane one, Borner of Swim-O. In lane two, Martinez of BT. In lane three, Johansson of Swim-O. In lane four, Hiley of BT. In lane five, Fitch of Goal. In lane six, Cunningham of Goal. In lane seven, Kratky of Swim-O. In lane eight, Valentine of Siouxland. In lane nine, O'Hanlon of Goal. In lane 10, Huck of Heartland. These are the preliminary results for event 60, boys 15 and over, 200-yard butterfly. Your consolation finalists are Breeden of Lincoln Select, Gunn of Lincoln Select, Hartz of Heartland, Patrick of Swim-O, Steiner of BT, Brady of Lincoln Select, Crashnox of Swim-O. And your finalists are Inman of Swim-O, Weber of Swim-O, Alexander of Lincoln Select, Dean of Sioux Center, Petit of Siouxland, Ryerson of Lincoln Select, Racer of Greater Omaha, and Niemeyer is your top qualifier from Greater Omaha. The time is 9:55. You have 30 minutes to scratch in this event.
No.
In lane 1, Visser of Mac. In lane 2, Weber of Swim-O. In lane 3, Bartlett of Swim-O. Lane 4, Edwards of Mac. In lane 5, Mendelich of Goal. In lane 6, Collier of Greater Omaha. In lane 7, Tom of Ace. In lane 8, Homer of Goal. In lane 9, Irvin of Heartland. In lane 10, Breeden of Lincoln Select. No changes. '65 girls 13 to 14 50-yard breaststroke heat 1.
No changes.
In lane 1, Gutierrez of Goal. In lane 2, Altman of Lincoln Select. In lane 3, Graffelman of BT. In lane 4, Rooker of Ace. Lane 5, Niederklein of Lincoln Select. In lane 6, Hirschberg of Club Husker. Lane 7, Sykes of Sarpy County. In lane 8, Wallace of BT. Lane 9, Zimmerman of Ace. In lane 10, Fostman of Heartland. Event 52 has closed, no changes. Two. One, Zhang of BT. In lane 2, Richardson of Swim-O. In lane 3, Griner of Ace. In lane 4, Johnson of GNST. In lane 5, Kramer of Ace. In lane 6, Mart of Stingray. In lane 7, Weiss of Mac. In lane 8, Fredrickson of Swim-O. In lane 9, Bassett of Heartland. In lane 10, Allemang of Sarpy County. These are preliminary results for event 61, girls 13 to 14, 100-yard backstroke. Second alternate, McGregor from Ace. First alternate, Bain from Goal. Consolation, Clappenbach from Club Husker. Wissink of Goal. Monroe of Club Husker. Vendette of GNST. Wagner of Swim-O. Novinsky of Grand Island. Rubel of Swim-O. And Freeman of Siouxland. Your finalists are Rowan from Club Husker. Johnson of Swim-O. Thorin of Ace. Frederick of Lincoln Select. Gentry of Swim-O. Moss of Goal. Uguara of Swim-O. And your top qualifiers, Inman from Swim-O. The time is 9:59. You have 30 minutes to scratch from this event. Heat 3. In lane 1, Dolan of Swim-O. In lane 2, Olink of Lifetime. In lane 3, Sabata of Ace. In lane 4, Martin of GNST. In lane 5, Ennenbach of Goal. In lane 6, Hammett of Goal. In lane 7, Malone of Stingray. In lane 8, Shannon of Swim-O. In lane 9, Heinrich of Lincoln Select. In lane 10, Stockman of BT. In lane 1, Hicks of Mac. In lane 2, Owens of GNST. In lane 3, Shirt of Goal. Lane 4, Tallman of Heartland. Lane 5, Olderding of Norfolk. Lane 6, Miner of Swim-O. Lane 7, Thompson of Lincoln Select. Lane 8, Todd of Mac. Lane 9, Dean of Sioux Center. Lane 10, Gibbons of swim O. Heat 5. In lane 1, Stop of Lincoln Select. Lane 2, Laws of Siouxland. In lane 3, Moss of goal. In lane 4, Coates of goal. In lane 5, Heidemann of goal. In lane 6, Ruber of Suno. In lane 7, Vanden Wellenberg of Heartland. In lane 8, James of Lincoln Select. In lane 9, Bischoff of Heartland. In lane 10, Villegas of Nebraska Aquatics. Preliminary results for event 62, boys 13 to 14, 100-yard backstroke. Secondary alternate Thoda of goal. First alternate Galen of Norfolk. Consolation Koshaw of Hastings. Ross of Lincoln Select. Brown of goal. Walling of ace. Leaper of Swimo. Wang of goal. Shuley of ace. Vermeer of goal. Your finalists Olson of Swimo. Parker of Norfolk. Johansson of Swimo. Holtgren of goal. Fatul of Swimo. Beck of Fremont. Decker of Swimo. And your top qualifier Hope of Siouxland. The time is 10:02. You have 30 minutes to set from this event. Event 66, boys 13 to 14, 50-yard breaststroke, heat 1.
Sorry. Yeah, we don't have it here. Okay.
In lane 1, Curry of Sarpy County. Lane 2, Rosenbaugh of Heartland. Lane 3, Heaton of Miller. Lane 4, Ten Nepal of Sioux Center. In lane 5, Werner of goal. Lane 6, Arndorfer of goal. Lane 7, Wang of goal. Lane 8, Hake of Norfolk. Lane 9, Wheelock of Siouxland. Lane 10, Stuckey of goal.
51 is now closed, no change.
Changes. Heat 2. In lane 1, Goebel of BT. In lane 2, Dennell of Heartland. In lane 3, Jones of goal. In lane 4, Reese of Sarpy County. In lane 5, Kinnison of goal. Lane 6, Jacobson of goal. Lane 7, Horovsky of base. Lane 8, Hanson of GNST. Lane 9, Colombo of goal. In lane 10, Barrera Bianchi of Sarpy County. In lane 1, McCain of goal. In lane 2, Kozak of Mac. In lane 3, Edwards of goal. In lane 4, French of Swimo. In lane 5, Corser of Mac. In lane 6, Warner of Swimo. Lane 7, Brown of goal. Lane 8, Heinrich of Siouxland. Lane 9, Mendez of Sarpy County. Lane 10, Fugin of GNST. Over 50. In lane 2, Batista of Ace. In lane 3, Lee of Club Husker. In lane 4, Gerard of Great Goal. In lane 5, Fish of Grand Island. In lane 6, Weinkoff of Siouxland. Lane 7, Cars of Ace. In lane 8, Dent of Goal. Preliminary results for event 63, girls 15 over 100-yard backstroke. Secondary alternate, Permish of Grand Island. First alternate, Nielsen of Heartland. Consolation finalists: Wilson of Grand Island, Johansson of Swimo, Van Bell of goal, Tendapel of Sioux Center, Kratky of Swimo, Busboom of Fremont, Ferguson of Ace, Petit of Siouxland. Your finalists: Peter of goal, Gemmer of Swimo, Wishoff of Heartland, Klimowski of goal, Hagan of goal, Glant of goal, Hadford of goal, and your top finalist, Peyton of Swimo. The time is 10:06. You have 30 minutes to stretch in this event. In lane 1, Rasmussen of Fremont. In lane 2, Delgadillo of Siouxland. In lane 3, McCaw of Council Bluffs. In lane 4, Frazier of Ace. Lane 5, Storms of Mac. In lane 6, Rogers of Swimo. In lane 7, Seaple of Lincoln Select. In lane 8, Busboom of Fremont. In lane 9, Lockheed of Gold. In lane 10, Sievers of Sarpy County.
Did you get an announcer sheet for the relays?
I don't know.
Other people were delivering stuff. I'll just leave it.
Okay. 8-3. It's not at third of the five.
Yes. Then we have a couple time trials after the relays.
In lane 1, Fulcher of goal. In lane 2, Carter of Lincoln Select. In lane 3, Martin of GNST. In lane 4, Everett of Swimo. In lane 5, Blant of goal. In lane 6, Collins of Council Bluffs. In lane 7, Beck of Fremont. In lane 8, Meyer of Fremont. In lane 9, Rogers of Swimo. In lane 10, Crawford of Lincoln Select. In lane 1, Burianic of Siouxland. Lane 2, Oberl of goal. Lane 3, Beatty of goal. Lane 4, Beaver of goal. Lane 5, Sabota of goal. Lane 6, Tendapel of Sioux Center. Lane 7, Capel of Ace. Lane 8, Buck of Fremont. Lane 9, Decker of Lincoln Select. And lane 10, Martin of GNST. Bartlett of Swimo, Johansson of Swimo, Horner of Swimo, Visser of Mac, Tom of Ace, Hosting of Lincoln Select, Unmu of Nebraska Aquatics, Collier of Greater Omaha, and your finalists, Lewis of Gold, Kratky of Swimo, Urban of Heartland, Edwards of Mac, Castlebaum of Lincoln Select, Mendelik of Gold, Hiley of BT, and your top finalist, Cunningham of Greater Omaha. The time in lane 1, Giuliano of goal. In lane 3, Conrad of GNST. In lane 4, Glassman of Sarpy County. In lane 5, Frederick of Lincoln Select. In lane 6, Jones of goal. In lane 7, Murphy of Council Bluffs. In lane 8, Lauer of Lincoln Select. House of Greater Omaha. In lane 2, Lee of Sarpy County. In lane 3, Frederick of Heartland. In lane 4, Frederick of Lincoln Select. In lane 5, Holgren of Ace. In lane 6, Gilmore of Siouxland. In lane 7, Leaper of Swimo. In lane 8, Cool of Goal. Lane 9, Krikak of Heartland. In lane 10, the Cassock of Heartland. In lane 1, Iverson of Siouxland. In lane 2, Wang of Mac. In lane 3, Gunn of Lincoln Select. In lane 4, Mahmood of Lincoln Select. Lane 5, Harris of Heartland. Lane 6, Ronnie of Swimo. Lane 7, Mendelik of Goal. Lane 8, Hosing of Lincoln Select. Lane 9, Judalina of Goal. And lane 8, 10, Sorensen, Heartland.
When we get closer to the 800 free relays, coaches were confused about the way the deep sheet is written for combinations. Did you get one of his copies?
I don't know.
I'll grab one.
In lane 1, Moon of Nebraska Aquatics. In lane 2, Ellers of Swimo. In lane 3, Sukram of Goal. In lane 4, Hiley of BT. In lane 5, Zadina of Mac. In lane 6, Rolita of Goal. Lane 7, Boniface of GNST. Lane 8, Zhang of Goal. Lane 9, Heaton of Mac. Lane 10, Woodrich of Lincoln Select. I think I don't know this slide of paper that there is.
Oh, that very bottom sheet? Yes.
That one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you here. Yeah. So this heat or this event, 76 is combined up here with 74. So some coaches are confused about the way the arrows are written. When we get close to that event, you just want to say event 76 can swim with event 74, so everybody knows it's moving up. Does that make sense? People were seeing it combined and they didn't know if it was going to be combined here or combined here. So it's combined right here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Heat 5.
Pasta.
In lane 1, Cobb of Lincoln Select. In lane 2, Swierczek of Ace. In lane 3, Lewis of Goal. In lane 4, Carter of Lincoln Select. In lane 5, Jackson of Goal. In lane 6, Schneider of Goal. Lane 7, Weiss of Mac. Lane 8, Hanson of Fremont. Lane 9, Lewis of Heartland. And lane 10, Brakefield of Nebraska Aquatics. No. Heat 6. In lane 1, Jetson of Swimo. Lane 2, St. Cyr of BT. Lane 3, Brandenburg of BT. Lane 4, Newton of Goal. Lane 5, Bieber of Goal. Lane 6, Johansson of Swimo. Lane 7, Robinson of Mac. Lane 8, Casabon of Lincoln Select. Lane 9, Kratky of Swimo. Lane 10, Holst of Sioux Center. Event 69, girls 13 to 14, 500-yard freestyle, heat 1. Timers, please remain at your stations for the 500 races. Girls. What was that? Okay. So event 70, heat 2. Oh, it's event 70. Okay. Okay. I didn't get that. So, all right. Event 70, boys 13 to 14, 500-yard freestyle, heat 2.
Okay, where are we?
YouTube.
So this one is like a little bit.
In lane 2, Guerrero Briansky of Sarpy County. In lane 3, Cadwell of Stingray. In lane 4,
I'll bring this
Vermeer
right back to you. I'll make
of Dole. In lane 5, Lee of Mac. In lane 6, Vargas, Nebraska Aquatics. Lane 7, Dickey of Dole. Lane 8, Beatty of Dole. Lane 9, Johansson of Swim O. In lane 3, Bellick of goal. In lane 4, Ornelas of swim O. In lane 5, Neal of Lincoln Select. In lane 6, Joyce of goal. In lane 7, Ferrer Bianski of Sarpy County. Lane 8, Enenbach of goal. 72, boys 15 and over, 500-yard freestyle, heat 2. And lane 1, Strunk of Swim O. And lane 2, Unlow of Nebraska Aquatics. And lane 3, Jetson of Swim O. And lane 4, Richardson of Swim O. And lane 5, Ehlers of Swim O. And lane 6, Matulka of Council Bluffs. In lane 7, Reeser of Bowl. In lane 8, Sambula Monzalvo of Grand Island. In lane 9, Brady of Lincoln Selects. In lane 4, Patrick of swim O. In lane 5, Pool of goal. In lane 6, Fastnot of swim O. Lane 5, Johansson, swim out. Lane 6, then boys 50-yard freestyle swim off. Heat 1.
Their first routine.
S-Foul. The winner select. Lane 5, Snapchat, Hanks. Lane 6, Curling, Slow. Lane 7, Pony, Gold. Boys 13 to 14, 100-yard match. So it's also closed in the machines. Fifteen and over, 50-yard breaststroke swim off. Heat 1. In lane 4, Gerard, a goal. In lane 5, Buck of Fremont.
This is closed with these two scratched.
Of Suffolk County has scratched, and Ferreira, Beyonce of Suffolk County has scratched as well. Reminder, heat 1 of event 76. In lane 1, HLA relay A. In lane 2, BT relay A. In lane 3, LSS relay A. In lane 4, goal relay A. In lane 5, swim O relay A. In lane 7, ace relay A. In lane 8, GNST relay A. And in lane 9, Circuit County relay A. 100-yard freestyle relay, heat 1. In lane 2, Sarpy County A. In lane 3, Swim-O A. In lane 4, Goal A. In lane 5, Ronald Talbot A. In lane 7, Sarpy County A. In lane 8, HLA A. And in lane 9, GNST A. Event 61, girls 13 to 14, 100-yard backstroke has closed. No changes. Event 65, girls 13 to 14, 50-yard breaststroke has closed. No changes. Event 64, boys 15 and over, 100-yard backstroke has closed. No changes. Event 68, boys 15 and over, 50-yard breaststroke has closed with no changes. And event 66, boys 13 to 14, 50-yard breaststroke has closed with no changes as well. In lane 2, Sarpy County A. In lane 3, LSS A. In lane 4, Grand Island A. In lane 5, Swim O A. In lane 6, Goal A. In lane 7, Ace A. In lane 8, HLA A. In lane 9, Brownell Talbot A. That'll be like heat 2. In lane 2, Ace A. In lane 3, Sulan A. In lane 4, Swim O A. In lane 5, Goal A. In lane 6, LSS A. In lane 7, Ronald Talbot A.
Thirsty and
In
hungry.
lane 8, Matt A. And in lane 9, Norfolk A. Yeah, we're not taking any walk-up times. No, 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 sorry.
So do you have